Dear Jan, our company chose MAHACHAI Dockyard Company Limited. I would like to start talking about the company's background. MAHACHAI Dockyard Company Limited is a shipyard company that provides services and vessel buildings and repairs in all types of vessels such as cruisers, fishing vessels, towing vessels, and etc. The company was established in 1992 and registered, and the registration of the company limited was in 1994 with an initial investment of 135 million baht. The vision of the company is the company's vision is to be Thailand's biggest shipbuilding and repairing company. The mission is to compete with competitors in the market to provide boat owners and their families with the best boating experience by maintaining a passion for delivering quality products and services. The company is located at MAHACHAI near Bangbon district. The product they provide is the yachts and speedboats, including shipping vessels made from metals. The market profile. Most of MAHACHAI's dockyard companies are business-to-business customers, such as Chao Phraya Princess etc., which are usually Chao Phraya cruises, and also business to consumers, customers as well, B2C. The company targets customers which have high financial positions, since a cost of a boat produced is over 50 million baht, as well as depending on the type of the boat. The price of the company's products are expensive. Moreover, the customer will concern about the quality and the price. The company gains big trust from most of their companies from word of mouth and from ear to ear, and also earns their loyalty from their customers. For B2C customers, the company sells small metals that are dispatched from the production that couldn't be used as second-hand metals. Organizational chart. The organizational chart is as followed, with the managing director as Mr. Sakchai Rochiprapa. Next is the financial statement. The company's total revenue. We will talk about the company's financial statement from year 2017, from year 2015-2017. In 2015, the company had a total revenue of 26.5 million baht, with net profit with a net loss of 2.17 million baht. In 2016, the company had total revenue of 11.2 million baht and a total net loss of 5.3 million baht. And at 2017, the company has stepped up a level and had a total revenue of 16.5 million baht with a net profit of 4.3 million baht. The next part would be process flow chart. The company's process flow chart starts at customer contact, followed by two other separated parts, which is contact to the designer, and or the customers could bring their own designs. Designs being the architectural design of the boat themselves that they desire. Next would be the dealing of the designs and making a contract with the customers. If the customers regrets the contract, then the deal ends there. But if they do accept the contract, then the company orders the materials and the equipment. Next would be the next step would be QC. QC would check the check the equipments and materials, whether the equipments and the materials pass the company's QC or has any defects. If it does, then the company sends it back to the sends it back to the supplier, or contacts the supplier back. If it does pass, then the steel weld is assembled on the chip. The next step would be prepare and set the engine, whether if the engine works fine or not. Followed by the next step being testing the engine and testing the frameworks of the boat, whether there is any leakage. the area where we test the boat is on the surface of the water, right next to the company's grounds. If the and then after checking the frameworks of the boat, QC will check whether the frameworks pass or not. If it does not, then it's sent back to prepare. And if it does pass, then safety systems, hazard systems are set, hazard prevention systems are set into the framework of the boat as a complete boat itself. And on top of that, if the customers would like any furniture added in or any requirements they want, they can make a special deal with the company for any special furnitures they would like on as well put into the framework of the boat. The next step would be the customers would come and deliver the boat themselves, or if they want the company to deliver the boat, it could be delivered, but only through the channels of any water surface, because the only way of delivering our product is through the surface of the water, since the boat is couldn't be transferred with automobiles such as cars or wagons. $1 million. Next up is the problem statement. In April 2015, the European Commission raised yellow card against Thailand for illegal fisheries, unrepeated and unregulated fishing, or abbreviated into IUU, due to comprehensive and structural reforms in their fisheries legal and policy systems. Stop illegal fishing by prohibiting whole activities that are involved of fishery. Moreover, the law and regulation prohibited the fishing vessels to be moved and repaired, so fishing vessels were moored to the dock since the prohibition. Because of the fact that fishing vessels weren't allowed to be made, ones that are already made or ones that are in the production of making could not be moved from the area that they were produced at and would stay there until laws has been changed. So that is a disadvantage for the producer, since it eats up space in the company due to the law. This makes MAHACHAI Dockery for them not to no longer order or get customers from fishery. So MAHACHAI has lost a lot of customers after this law has been proposed, since most of their customers, since a percentage of their customers before were fishermen. Since after the law, they have lost a high percentage of their customers. So the companies should expand their market targets and their product line. Due to the reduction in customer due to the law as well, the company should expand their customers base to for other customers in the market, to increase chances of to increase the number of projects being sold each year, and to also increase their sales revenue.
For the next one is part 1, environmental scanning analysis. Start with the 1.1 external macro and environmental analysis of PETFEL. For the political, the way that politics can affect the business would be the upcoming election, which can affect the business in both positive and negative way. But if there is a chance in the policy after the election, it will most likely affect the business in the positive way. And the next one is economic. It's a positive. Depending on the appreciate and depreciate of the Thai baht, it can affect the business in both ways. According to the word of business owner, there has been a time that the Thai baht was depreciated, and that has reduced our profit. For the social, it's a positive. In the near area of the manufacturer, there are a lot of households there, so its impact to the social directly in terms of the air pollution and noise pollution during the production process. And the next one is technology is a positive too. According to the government project in the future, they try to bring the new vehicle to the water transportation mode that's produced by aluminum instead of using metal. Moreover, there will be used electrical energy, which provide the less emission too. And the next one is environmental with the negative. According to the worker, the work could not be carried on when it's rain. It is because welding machine would not be allowed to the rain due to the safety issue. And the next one is legal is negative. The EU illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing regulation. The decision to leave the IUU Yellow Card of Thailand follow the construction corporate the Thai authority, which can commission resulting in the comprehensive and structural reform of their fishing illegal and policy system in order to stop illegal fishing by prohibiting the whole activity.
For my part, I will talk about external micro-industrial analysis, which is 5 force model. And there is 5 competitive force that it can be understanding the competitiveness of the company business environment, and for identifying your strategy potential profitability. There is 5 force that is threat of rivalry, threat of new entrant, substitute product, supplier power, and buyer power. And for analysis of overall industry effectiveness is low at 2.65. As for the shipbuilding and repairing industry in Thailand, first, the rivalry among existing firms is moderate at 3.8 because the number of competitors is quite low, but each competitor size is medium to big. In the product differentiation is moderate, but little different in terms of efficacy to perform another dockyard service. Second, threat of new entrant is low at 2.17. This means the new firm will be difficult to enter the industry from the very high capital requirement and high switching cost of the customers. Third, threat of substitute product is low at 2.67 because there are few actual and potential substitute products and switching costs in the industry. The customer will have less choice to choose the product, but technology substitute is quite high. Fourth, threat of supplier power is low at 2.17 because there are many numbers of suppliers in the country and the differentiation of suppliers product is very low. It means this industry is very easy to negotiate with the supplier. Last, threat of buyer power is middle at 2.43 because buyer size is quite small and the volume of purchase is also small too. Also, the switching cost of buyer is moderate. And to be summarized all of information, it means the shipbuilding and repairing industry is unattractive at low point for the newcomer to enter this industry because it is require very high initial investment and high exit barrier, and most of shipbuilding company are well known in the industry. Let's move on the threat of the rivalry, and threat of rivalry of this industry is moderate with average score is 3.8. To beginning with the number of competitors, there are quite a few competitors in large dockyard in Thailand. Following by the example list as Eaton Thai Marine Limited, Halin Group, Masan Public Company, and Mitsubishi Shipyard. Therefore, they not highly competitive with other. However, the competitor size is moderate too high because many dockyard companies are public companies that have bigger size than MAHACHAI Dockyard, which is a limited company as a family business and have shareholder with limited liability. For the differentiation, it is moderate because although they are the large dockyards that have ability to repair and build ship and same as the company's capacity, but some competitors have more efficacy to perform another dockyard service. which is called a dry dock, which is a narrow basin or vessel that can be flat and allowed to load at the front, then drain to allow that load to come to rest on the dry platform. And dry dock are used for the construction, maintenance and repair of ships. So the fixed cost in industry is quite high because of the high material cost in shipping like steel and crane, and also high labor, utility and land cost. And due to the very high cost of investment, then it's also considered as truly high exit barrier because the dockyard company have to invest a high amount of money, and it is little or no resale value for specialized installation for vessel production. Next is threat of new entrants. For analysis of the threat of new entrant is low, with average score is 2.17. In shipbuilding and repairing market is actually difficult for new entrant to enter in the shipyard company. For economy of scale, the shipbuilding and repairing business have very low economic of scale because it is kind of make to order production to the customer. As every people know, the ship is very huge according to its size and weight, so the company can produce very large amount in one time in order to decrease cost of production like economic of scale. The company has the only ability to achieve economic of scale by utilize metal plate as much as possible in order that they can use in other shipbuilding projects because its price is really expensive. However, MAHACHAI Dockyard have quite high product differentiation in terms of vessel building business because when customer order one of a shipbuilding project, they will have their plan as drawing design by the technician before ordering. That means every customer have their own design of the vessel, so the company must build a ship with its following customer requirement. For capital requirement, although the MAHACHAI Dockyard is limited company as the family business that has shareholder with limited ability, with limited liability, but this kind of business is requiring a very high investment as initial investment, and MAHACHAI Dockyard initial investment is around 135 million baht. Therefore, they have extremely high capital requirement to run business to help when the company lack of financial problem. The cost of switching cost is also very high, so it is difficult to competitors to compete because they actually need to pay very high cost. And although there are many choice of metal supplier in market to work with, but the price of metal to build vessel is very high as it requires more efficient metal with its high quality. Then access to distribution channel score is very low, which means there are many ways to promote the product. Moreover, the shipbuilding and repairing business doesn't have middleman or distribution center because they just only contract producing and deliver to the end customer. Finally, the government regulations are very high. There are the law to stop illegal fishing by prohibiting all activities which are involved the fishery. Moreover, from that law and regulation prohibiting the fishing vessel to be moved or repaired. So the shipping vessel was more to the dock since the prohibition. This makes MAHACHAI Dockyard is no longer receive order or get customer from fishery, and because of that, it can decrease the number of new entrants in this industry. And for the third is substitute product. The trade of substitute product are low at average of 2.67. For actual and potential substitute are quite low due to the nature of the shipbuilding and repairing industry. There are over 270 business in this industry in Thailand, but it is divided in small, medium, and large dockyard. MAHACHAI Dockyard is part of the large dockyard, which are not quite many competitors in this industry, but it is volatile that the competitor can have potential to provide similar product like MAHACHAI Dockyard, but it is surely different in terms of quality and in detail because there is make-to-order production with used professional technicians such as welders, benders, cutting. By the way, actual substitutes are very few because the shipbuilding plan is secret information between customer and the company, and it is require a higher number of investment. However, technology in substitute industry is pretty high, as the mention of professional technicians such as welder, bender, cutting. The company doesn't use the advanced technology. They only use skilled workers deal with those technology, which normally exist in the shipbuilding and repairing industry. Finally, switching cost is of shipbuilding company doesn't provide customer at the same price as the shipbuilding project. And number 4 is supplier power. The test of supplier power is low with leverage. Score is 2.17. The number of substitute and potential suppliers are very high according to manufacturing of the company. They use only metal which is steel to build a vessel. It's for steel in shipbuilding industry. There are a lot of suppliers that a company can purchase steel to use in the manufacturing process. So the company has bargaining power over the customers. Bargaining power over the suppliers, and average of supplier is low. The quality of supplier is extremely important because every structure of the ship requires good raw materials, which is the superior steel plate, to make sure that the ship structure will not be collapsed during actual using and production. Or moreover, the company also focus on the time delivery of the supplier, that they will send raw material on time in order to finish the project on the due date to the customer. Actually, MAHACHAI Dockyard have a good relationship with the suppliers who the company always order steel. However, the company have many numbers of suppliers for substituting, so they have more power on deciding with company with supplier that they want to dealing the common and they want to dealing business. In addition, supplier did not have much difference in the products that they provide to company, but the critical differentiation is the quality of raw material, like the thick, size, heaviness of the steel, that it should be standard and high quality. Also, servicing cost is low because there are many suppliers in this industry, so the company can move easily. And the last one is buyer power. So the trade of buyer power is low with leverage. Score is 2.43. Our buyer have only delivery directly to consumer as the business to customer. The size of buyer is quite small and most of customers are quite high income because the price of one shipping building project is really expensive. It requires more than 50 million baht per one project, and there are some customers use repairing service because of the price of a shipbuilding. The product quality is truly important because customer concern on the safety and performance of the ship which meet customer satisfaction and long useful life. For volume of purchase is significantly low because there are 5 or 6 shipbuilding projects per year, which means the combined with the large and small ship, and it isn't include repairing service, and the ship it require a long time to build it. For shipping cost of customer is moderate because MAHACHAI Dockyard is some shipbuilding company provide interior and exterior decoration service and other, so customer don't need to find the ship decoration company by themselves, as there are some competitors in the market, and the expensiveness of the ship with price difference of the vessel building project, so the customer are price sensitively to the product as the difference in the price. If customer analyze that the company have quality same with the competitor and the company slightly change in the price, the customer might change their mind to the other dockyard who provide them lower price but same quality. Lastly, the customer have extremely low ability for backward integration because it is difficult to enter in this industry because it is require very high investment.
For the next part is key success factor. Start with the standardization. Standardization is the most critical element for improving efficiency and productivity. And the next one is connectivity. The world is connecting and it is important for the company to be connected to. The next one is productivity. Manufacturer must concentrate on operational efficiency. And the next one is quality of product and uniqueness. In terms of quality, MAHACHAI Dockyard Company ensure that the material that they use for production have higher quality and reliable than other company by selecting the source of the main material from the supplier who import the material from China. Finally, the steel that they use is very reliable in terms of standard of the steel. And the next part is customer loyalty. For the customer loyalty, the company have a small rank of customer, but they matter huge for the company. According to the customer loyalty, the company is focusing on the reliable standard steel that have a high quality. Second thing is that the company provide the after sale service, which include the free checkup if the problem is come from the company. And the next one is industrial turbulence analysis. For the industrial turbulence analysis is the expanding table. According to the theory of unsolved 5 levels of environmental turbulence, the company is already seen into be the level 2 or expanding environment, and also come with the repetitive environment. At this level, the company is in peaceful environment with the increasing way. And the next part is industrial chain and life cycle analysis. According to the total revenue of the company, it shows that the total revenue in the past 3 years is constant. It can be shown that the company is in maturity phase, and that means the company transfer from growth phase, that the company keep increasing revenue over the year. but after the company got issue about the legal and policy system, in order to stop illegal fishing by prohibiting war activity which are involved in fishing, it can affect to the revenue of the company, but it still get the revenue from repairing and building the cruise ship or even the yacht. That company can keep remaining revenue from those the operation. And the next part is target market analysis. There is a very high fixed cost and existing barrier as a prevention for the new firm to enter the market with few existing competitors, but the size of the competitor are relatively big. The firm products are relatively high in price and in quality at the same time. So MAHACHAI Dockyard is in the high price and high quality, or the medium to high price and high quality. MAHACHAI Dockyard is in the top right corner of the strategic competitive matrix. So the average purchase price information is show that the price that the customer paid for the yacht rank from 60 million to 200 million Thai baht. Classify the market segment as follows by the demographic with the gender both male and female, the age 18 upward, income medium to relative high income about 100,000 per month, and nationality Thai and non-Thai, occupation business owner or the fishing industry. And for the geographic, most of the customers are from the MAHACHAI and Samut Sakhon, Samut Prakan, or area that have in contact the ocean such as the Altai. According to the interviewee, they have also been ordered from Bangladesh, so the customer could be from anywhere around Thailand and neighboring country. And the third is behavior. We should target customers who are in the fishing industry or who are interested in ocean and sea life, and customer in the service sector who provide the service that rely on boat and yachts, such as the dinner cruise as well service in the hospitality sector. And the next part is strategic competitive group mapping. The competitive positioning is mapping that's used to the different group of strategy to compare within the industry that produce similar product. The industry group of competitor called strategic group, which some of them might apply similar strategy depend on the factors such as target customer, product, price, technology. After the strategic group have been identified, the company will focus on mobility barrier between the group, because the company would be able to know whether there is an opportunity for them to enter into the another group to expand the market and to select the optimum strategy to be used among different groups. According to the strategy competitive metric above, we are concerned in price of the product and the quality of the product. The main competitor of MAHACHAI Dockyard is Decision Shipyards and Halin Group. For Halin Group is the company also be both supplier and competitor. Moreover, the company has a higher capability to pursue the product than MAHACHAI Dockyard. We conduct the table based on the quality of each product, measuring by the ranking in maximum 10 score and estimated price of each product, which based on size of both. To start with, Halin Group have a highest rank in which quality of 9, with the estimated price around 100 to 120 million baht per each product, followed by the MAHACHAI Dockyard, which had a quality of 8.5 with the estimated price around 80 to 100 million baht per 1 boat. Lastly, Decision Shipyard had a quality of 6.5 with the estimated price of 75 to 90 million baht per product. The strategic group mapping will support as a tool to distinguish between the target market in order to classify which group of the customer was favorable to our company. As above, MAHACHAI are ranked in middle to high in terms of quality and quite high price, but lower than Halin Group, which means that we position ourselves as a premium product seller and focus only customers who have a high purchasing power and willing to pay for the premium products. And the next part is SWOT analysis. Start with the stage. Point 1 is better standard quality than other competitor. The next one is having strong relationship with the supplier and customer. And the next one is the company ask for the fair price and compare with the provide quality and has a good quality to control the process beforehand to the customer. And the next one is the owner has efficient knowledge in every process. And the last one is having a professional and special skill worker. And for the weakness is less supplier that can provide the raw material to meet the company's standards of quality. And the next one is having limited space, including manufacturing plants and warehouse, and having a limited work and facility. And for the opportunity, the government new project about the electric public bus with using aluminum as the main raw material. The tourism industry in Thailand is booming, which lead to more demand of vessel boats trips. And the next one is the government regulation that will restrain all the fishing boat to use in Thailand.
The part 2, internal analysis. There are two parts. The first one is internal analysis. Key stakeholder. The company's shares are not open to the public stock market, but there are shares that are owned 60% by Mr. MAHACHAI, Ruchi Prapha with the owner, and the other 40% are owned by two of his friends. There are management team. The company has been established for about 20 years ago, and employees in the management team are both the owner, his friend and employees. The decision-making of process in company is top-down management. The owner will separate work to leader on each part, which are steel painting, steel bending, steel cutting, and steel welding. Moreover, leader will design and give the work to the employee. Sometimes, the owner will make wrong decision because lack of information and technology in the past. The company apply the rules and regulations of government as the standard of company as the government required, such as safety, product standard, production process, and etc. The next, employee of the company. They treat employer as the family member and the relationship between employer also. And next, for customer. Normally, the company separate payment in each period up to the size of product, but some customer did not pay the last payment of the project, so it affects to the product that already produced, and the company doesn't have the warehouse for keeping the ship. For supplier, the company has no bargaining power of price over their suppliers that much because they have specific standard of raw material, which is steel. Furthermore, the list of suppliers that meet the standard and the size of the steel which can use with ship, and some part of the ship such as radar in navigation of ship have to order from the other country, so the company has to pay for shipping costs, and if the company wants a faster delivery, the company has to pay more on it. Owner. For the owner, they are satisfied in their profit and the current position, but the company has the problem with a fishing boat when the government changed the regulation. So, when the regulation changed, the fishing boat was already produced cannot move to anywhere. It has to stop at the warehouse and wait until the regulation will change. According to the problem, the company will lose the space in the warehouse for keeping the other ship. For environmental and social, the manufacturing is located in MAHACHAI, that near the river, so it's appropriate to the company can check the quality and performance of the ship. For financial situation, The company has no liability with bank or any financial institution because the owners use their own capital to invest in the business. Later on, they use some of accumulated profit from the previous years to expand their business, and the company get increasingly profit in every year until now because the perfect quality and standard of the product and the goods in after service. So that is the reason why they did not make any bank loan or borrowing from other any financial institution. And the next one is value chain analysis. For the primary activities, they are inbound logistics, operation, outbound marketing and service, and the supportive activities they are organized in infrastructure, human resource, technology and procurement. Let's start with inbound logistics. It refers to transport, storage and delivery of materials delivered into warehouse and business. All materials required will be purchased from suppliers containing of steel, metal, engine, safety equipment, and others as main material of production process. The best supplier that provide the best quality of material will be selected with suitable price before check and use. In addition, the company also have to handle with inventory management so that they can control the flow of inventory from purchasing to warehousing in order to make it conforms with production process. Next, operation. First of all, the company has to concern with their owner of the diagram of ship assembled, or there is already finished design of ship diagram to be assembled. The production process have to separate many steps carefully to set the date of delivery in each period. Then continue each production process, which are order materials to assemble, bring steel to expand to put into plywood, then compare the two real size of ship to bring together. Moreover, foreman has to train new workers to learn new skills of production process. Furthermore, the owner also check the quality to meet standard of the company regulations before continuing next steps. The next, outbound logistics. It concerns on the ship going out of the business. Before delivery, the owner have to check quality on the river to find leak point or error of the ship. After done a quality control process, there is ship master of customer who come to receive and learn a system of ship. Finally, ship master can operate the ship to their place. The next one is sales and marketing. The owner did not use any advertisement but deal directly to the customer via telephone. Most of customers come from their loyalty and the word of mouth in dockyard field. There is no main marketing tools and in company. This website provide an information to contact to MAHACHAI Dockyard. The next one is service. The company has after sales service and maintenance. The ship will delivery by ship master of company after finished quality control. But if there is any mistake that caused by the company, they will be responsible up to this situation. But if the damage is not come from the company, customer has to pay the price for maintenance. And the next part is supportive activities. Start with human resource. The process of assembly require expert skill of workers because they have to use advanced tools for steel welding. Moreover, 80% of workers are migrant workers. So, when there is a shortage of skilled workers and the number of orders during a certain period is high, so they have to find more workers and add training program operated by foremen. The next one is technology development. The company used AutoCAD program to design chips traditionally, and also accounting department record buy and sell into computer to check cash flow in each period. Then organization in France structure. Each department has mainly job to focus their function because the company is not that big company. Every department can fully focus on their tasks of job which is given by the top management of the company to separate work to each function. In other words, they can work with fully efficiency, which is positively affecting the company to grow in the industry. Then procurement. Based on the number of raw materials that used in the company production, the company can easily source materials from many suppliers in the market who has potential to supply like steel, metal, equipment, welder, and etc. Also, the company sets procurement as a supportive activity to support production. Moreover, there is the main supplier who provide these items to the company. Existing strategy analysis, good suppliers and customer relationships. The company maintains relationship with suppliers by ordering their product every day for many years since extra bit, and will be continue order from the suppliers in the future. Moreover, the company always pay for the raw material on time. For the customer relationship, the company always give the highest standard of quality with high performance workmanship to satisfy customer. So this word of mouth of quality chip that come from this company. The company have good quality of their product in every process. By test after finish each steps of processing and control every process by the owner to prevent the defects to ensure that the product they deliver to customers are high quality and have the same standard in every lot of production. So the company always maintains their quality towards the qualification certificate of shipyard garage. The next topic is analysis business strategy communication. It is relatively easy for our firm to communicate with our customers since they don't make business deals through any other firm or authority. At the same time, it's a challenge to communicate with the customers to truly understand what the customer decides. Communicating with the workers are usually smooth, but the owner does not communicate directly to the workers but through an operator who's in charge of passing on the work and controlling the workers. And then move to internal analysis, part 2. Capability analysis. Identify strategic competitive advantage. According to the company, they have high quality of materials and design that can satisfy the customers and meet regulation standards. Moreover, the company has skilled workers with high experience that can assemble and install the parts of chip in each process. So every type of material of each project meets the standard of quality that customer can trust. In addition, every product passes the QC before delivery to the company and also check after finished assemble again to confirm that there is zero defects and error of chip. Then identify strategic core competencies. Every product that the company produces by high quality of raw materials, and their company have high skill of worker that can assemble complicated part of chip. Next, identify if the company has dynamic capabilities. The company has training and knowledge program for workers to follow the rules and standard in workplace and train them to use advanced tools to weld a steel. After new rules of politics The company adapt to produce ship for tour instead of fishing boat. They have find new opportunities to survive from economic downturn in that period. And next, test capability resource strategies. For functional, the organization separates the job of each worker, such as welding, cutting, and painting, with the operator checking their every step in completing their responsibility. By separating the jobs into different single tasks, it helps the company in placing the right worker for the right job. For resource, the firm orders their raw material from a regular supplier unless their regular suppliers are unable to supply. Then there are always other substitutes to choose from. The next, strategic capability performance analysis measurement. The company has experienced 27 years about design and assemble the ship. The goal of company is to meet the highest satisfaction of customers, to build a positive image of the company, to increase credibility and reliability. There are many ships that MAHACHAI Dockyard assemble, for example, fishing boat, traveler boat, transport, yacht, and so on. The company has skilled workers who assemble the ship with high accuracy and performance. Moreover, they also design beautiful shapes with modern style ships, so there is many customers who interested to order and use this company service. The company also take care customers after sales service and also maintenance their product. Finally, with his powerful supplier for over 20 years, the quality of material would be confirmed in the processing of QC.
The strategic performance measurement analysis balance scorecard setting. The balance scorecard is used for the measurement the performance of the company by the criteria as the following. The first one is product KPIs. The 1.1 is the quality of the product. MAHACHAI Dockyard using the same supplier every time as they believe in their material quality, because if the supplier have the low quality, then the product will have the low quality and it cannot be certified by the marine department. The second one is customer KPIs. Customer service like MAHACHAI Dockyard provide allow the customer to rate their service by providing a rating from 1 to 5 on how satisfied they are. MAHACHAI Dockyard aim to get the 4 at least, a rating of 4 out of 5 as a certified score. The third one is financial KPIs. 3.1 is profitability. MAHACHAI Dockyard has the target of the 10% profit from the total revenue earned from each project to aim for. The next one is organization growth. The company measures growth by the increase or decrease in the amount of project or business they get every year. The more project they get mean more the business for the company, which is the more chance for the business to earn the revenue or profit. Next one is organizational liquidity. The company are able to pay the bills and costs within the due date. This means that the company has reserve funding at all times to prevent any problems. And the last one is the cost. The company makes deal and term with all its suppliers, so they are able to receive a special price which does not exceed the company budget. At the same time, costs vary between projects, so the budget would differ at the same time. The first one is internal KPIs. 4.1 is productivities. There are many periods of working process systematically, so they have to check the quality of the raw material and ship construction they receive from the suppliers until the productivity processes. Then check the production process until finish the quality. Finish and quality in the same time. For part 2 is inventory management. Check by calculate the amount of raw material to use in the project, and then they will know how many the raw material will be used and how many raw material will be reordered, which can reduce the error of the shortage of raw material. And the last one is labor capabilities. They are checked by the rate of entry, exit of employee, the application that meet the required qualifications, the percentage of the personal replacement, and the number of the error in the general administrative tasks. And the next one is the strategy gap analysis. For the macro environment analysis, according to the macro analysis model, it shows that the economic, social, and technology are affect the company in the positive way, with the political, environment, and legal are affect this company in the negative way. Since the company deal with a lot of foreigner customers, they usually use in the dollar, which is at the moment when they exchange to the Thai baht is an increase in Thai baht compared to earlier years. The technological trends play with the big positive role in the future business opportunity because of the introduction of the new machines in the production producing aluminum board. Regarding to the social, the company has not had any complaint due to the company's activities. So Thailand politics isn't the best at the moment, so this will mostly work against the company. During the rainy season, workers would not be able to work since it involves a lot of welding. There are legal issues that prevent the production of some type of the boat. And for the micro environment analysis, there are many suppliers generate raw material through MAHACHAI Dockyard company because it's easy to find and order, such as steel, metal, piece of nail equipment. There is no middleman to deal the business. Most of the customers contact MAHACHAI Dockyard to do the project because they word of mouth in the Dockyard company. There are not many direct competitors, but there are still market share in this industry. Many competitors try to adapt type of a business to produce yachts instead of a fishing boat due to the government legal. MAHACHAI Dockyards is one of them. And the next one is the key competitor gaps. According to the figure, it is shown that there are two competitors in the market, so we will focus on Harin Group as the main competitor. We know that Harin Group is stronger than MAHACHAI Dockyards in terms of the both price and quality. It makes customer interest to do a business with Harin Group at the first place to get the high quality of products. But our company has a nearly quality comparing to Harin Group. So if we want to get the customer and the market share from the Harin Group, we have to improve the quality to get closer or higher and maintain the price at the same. Then the customer will find out that we have the same or higher quality with a cheaper price. So the main strategy of Harin Group is high quality with high price. So to compete with Harin Group, we have to focusing on the strategy which is improve the quality with a cheaper price. And for the next one is business strategy versus the organization performance gap. From the existing strategy of MAHACHAI Dockyard company, the company maintain a relationship with the suppliers by ordering the material every time for many years ago, and will be continue order from the same suppliers in the future. Another existing strategy of MAHACHAI Dockyard company is the good quality. The company wants to create the quality in every process They control the quality by randomly check every process by the owner and the foreman. The purpose is to prevent the defect and ensure that the production has the high quality in the all part. The next one is the business strategy versus the capability gap. The capability of the company does not do that much because they are a small size manufacturer, so they have no advance in technology in the production or the innovation like a big company. The manufacturing of the company has a limited space, so they can have the maximum space only for ships at the same time. Moreover, they have not enough employee to work and the high-skilled employee to work efficiently. If the work is a lot, the company will hire the employee to work overtime every day to finish the work within the deadline. And the next one is strategy, decision making, methodology, and analysis. The current position of the company is in the production penetration, which means that the company main products of the company is the fishing vessel in the fishing industry. However, the government regulation affect the company revenues, which prevents the company from gaining as much profit as before, so that the company get the revenue from the other type of the product that they provide, which is a tourism boat, but is it not a vessel type in a small part of the company revenue. Moreover, the organization plan of the company is to grow, but it seems hard because the company is still in the fishery industry. To move into the product development position, whereas the company produce the same products vessel, and the move to the market of the tourism and transportation industry. The company should identify all defects that the company faced by using PDCA method and cause and effect diagram to reduce the defect of the company. Moreover, for the production development, the company will add more product features and also expand the product line. Furthermore, the company will focus on the new market by targeting a new customer segmentation. For the proposed action plan, start with the MAHACHAI Dockyard company vision. The company vision is to be the top 5 shipbuilding and repairing in the ASEAN. For the mission of the company, to expand the business into the multiple target market and product lines of the shipping, building, and repairing that is the cover most of the product in the boat manufacturing, including the passengers, electronic public ship, and even the yachts by using S1 technology to deliver efficient quality products and services in the customers. The next one is a corporate objective. The first one is to be the top leader in the shipbuilding and repairing industry of Thailand and ASEAN community. Next one is improve a working condition for the employees, followed by the improved product quality and enhanced brand image and reputation. And the last one is maintaining a healthy cash flow. The second one is a corporate strategy. For now, MAHACHAI Dockyard plans to grow by profitability by using growth strategy, focusing on the market development on expand the market with the traditional products. Not find the new customer, but the new product can be substitute the traditional, such as a new trend of aluminum boat, instead the steel which lightweight. Their business is related to the product, which is the assembled vessels, yacht, and speedboat. They want to achieve the number 1 of the dockyard market with a good reputation. Each project of assembled ship may take time about at least 6 months to 1 year up to the size of the project. the size of the project can generate a profit. If the size of the project is large, the profit is high too. So they are going to the new market, which now doing the research and train the worker to use the new raw material with the new equipment. It had to take time and money for the investment at the first time, but it will profit the future as the first move company of aluminum ship assembly. The third one is the generic business strategies. The company should use the cost leadership model because it will expand the market widely with the new product strategy with aluminum. They will focusing on the cost management to minimize the cost, which means that the company can determine the lower price or comparing to the competitors or equal and still get the more unit of the profit. Firstly, the company will find strong partnership suppliers which they can provide the low cost of the material, then sign a long-term contract to handle in each project. The company will order tons of raw material as the annual demand in order to achieve the lower price. Next, in order to get more customers, the company have to use the high quality of raw material and remain the standard, then keep the same price to supply customer that the price is the same. Meanwhile, the company get the higher profit due to the lower variable cost, such as the steel, metal, and electronic equipment. The owner of the company sees the opportunities of the adding more production line from the ship, yacht, and fishery boat. That is the aluminum boat in the new trend of market. Finally, after the word of mouth of the reputation of the company, which is the high quality of product and equal price comparing to the competitors, it will be add the new customers who interest to order the ship with the companies. The fourth one is the business strategic options. MAHACHAI Dockyard plan to use the growth profitability by using growth strategy. The company will grow the appropriate by focusing on the market development that can feasible because it is no need to find the new customers. They can use the new product substitute the traditional product, which can increase the profit to the company. And there are many reasons why using this strategic growth. But firstly, if we look closely to the SWOT analysis in terms of the strengths and opportunities, it is obviously seen that there are lots of strengths such as a strong relationship with the suppliers and the customers, the high standard quality of material, and the company reliability. In addition, MAHACHAI Dockyard also gained many loyalty customers, including the word of mouth. Furthermore, S&O tool analysis is also indicate the company has a lot of strength that can maximize opportunities. Secondly, the 5-force model analysis. The threat of a rival is quite low in terms of the degree of rival, since they have the few competitors. Moreover, the fixed cost is low because the initial cost is high, that is around 135 million baht since the fall. But there is a high variable cost because they have to stock the raw material such a ton of the steel that costs at least million baht. So the company ought to bargain power over suppliers, and that will benefit the company to reduce the cost and present in the reasonable price to the customer. So that they will benefit the company very well because the suppliers can be substitute or make a contract in order to make the price lower as well. In addition, MAHACHAI Dockyard using the high quality of raw material. Therefore, there are many production lines such as the ship, yacht, speedboat. In terms of the market share, So the company has to develop market to use the new product to substitute the traditional, which can profit to the company.
One is industrial management strategy. First part one is operation management. For the operation management, the company should not be the most improved because MAHACHAI Dockyard is business to business customer that doesn't have middleman and distribution center. So there are fields managed process in the company's supply chains. Firstly, the company should have to concern with the order of the diagram of ship assessment, or there is an already finished design of ship diagram to be assembled. And because of the diagram of ship, the company can analyze and calculate the proper amount of material before they order it from the supplier. Moreover, the production process had to separate many steps carefully to set the date of following up in each period, then continue each production process with order material to assemble, then checking the quality of steel in every lot, because the quality of the steel is important for the product. And next, bringing the steel to expand to put into the wood, then compare the real size of the ship to bring together with its control by foreman. The company should make the schedule regularly plan to not only train old workers to have more technical skills such as render, cutting, and bender, but also the new workers to learn the new thing of the production process. Furthermore, the owner also needs to check the quality to meet the standard of the company regulation before continue the next step. And the previous method to manage the material requirement is construct the process of ordering material by directly calling and sending email to the suppliers. For the MAHACHAI Dockyard, they have to develop an operation management plan that company will order and install more on machine and technology as incoming concession of alumni electric both between EA company and the government. Moreover, they will invest on factory that to expand the size of dock in order to maximum capacity of the production line and more standardized, because company needs more space and capacity to manage the factory to be better. For the flexibility and forecasting plan, company target to the all of market that during this day the company just focus on fishing and some tourism ship market, but they should plan to focus more the tourism ship to achieve more market share, cause the company plan to produce new product line of vessel into this market. For the next one is the marketing plan. The company is actually well known in the shipbuilding and repairing industry. Allow the Smutsakon visit the location of the company and near the Chapaya River because they capacity and quantity. Most of MAHACHAI Dockyard customer are business to business customer. The company gain a big trust from the word of mouth of the customer and make them to become loyalty customer. By the way, the company get a concession from the government to build electric board from energy absurd company for product transportation passenger between Chapaya River. Therefore, if the company perform this project well, they also acquire more credit and reliability from the consumer. The company should use this opportunity as the marketing plan of the company because it can ensure the performance and capacity of the company to customers that the company can get more shipbuilding and repairing orders. Moreover, the company also can advertise their company into social media as they have a Facebook page and another relative website to update the profile and information of the company to be updated. Okay, for next one is the manufacturing plan. The company have to manage two sections to work together with our office section and the workplace section in order to calculate number of raw material used and manage inventory to not lack of raw material. The director has to manage the flow of information such as order purchasing, supplier, and raw material. In the future, they will expand our plan to improve capacity, and the director should use ERP system in order to help the director combine both of company information together, and moreover, ERP can tell real-time information so the director can make a decision to order the new raw material to prepare in advance with sharing information and improve standardization. The company start the project by receive a cheap construction plan. If they can make a deal about the price, then sign a contract to start the project, and the director will calculate the amount of the raw material that will be used in the project and check remaining raw material in the warehouse. After that, the order raw material from the supplier and tell a step of the project to foreman to share the work to the workers. The company separate the project into many parts in periods of time to divide customer payments, such as there are 6 months for the project. So the company will divide into 6 periods. That means 1 payment per month. So the customer has to pay 1 time per month before continue the project in order to protect customer cheating. And for the next one is the logistic and SCM plan. The first one is the transportation. For improvement, the company transportation plan will divide into parts. With the first one is the supplier distribution raw material to the company, and the next one is the company send the finished good to the customer. For the third one is for the transportation plan of the supplier side. Currently, the supplier are using only land transportation mode, which is a motor carrier, to distribute the raw material to the company because the dock area is not enough for the delivery of raw material by the water carrier. Moreover, the road in front of the manufacturing base is too narrow. That's why this is a dock size limit. Therefore, the company has to order the raw material many times because in this time the tank can carry less amount of raw material. Even they use the full truck load to distribute, but it's not too enough for the production process. So the new transportation plan that we provide to the customer is to ask the company to focus on using the ship mode or the water carrier to be the main transportation mode. We plan to expand the area of the manufacturing plant that will be too wide enough to use the motor carrier. This transportation mode will help the company to reduce the cost of the transportation because water carrier can carry long amount of raw material in each time, so the company have to order the raw material just in one time for its production. Also, the company should use the ship mode to be a backup plan for when they want to purchase less amount of the raw material. On the other hand, is about the customer transportation plan. The current situation, we provide the space of the dock for parking the customer vessel, and they should deal their own captain to move the vessel out of the plan. Moreover, the company will sort the towing board for the towing company in case of the customer don't have their own captain to dispute the customer vessel to their location, but it must charge more the additional expense that customer need to pay to the towing company. So the new customer transportation plan is provide a full delivery service to the company, and the company should have the towing board to service the customer by not charging any fee, but they should ask the customer since they start the period whether the customer needs us to delivery or they have their own captain. And next one is a warehousing. A warehouse is a space of the area for storage of the raw material from MAHACHAI dockyard. The company has their own storage to store their product and the safety stock. And the warehouse of the MAHACHAI dockyard is unmethodical and because they have just stored the material in their warehouse, but they are not organized in the standard of the warehouse. The company should plan to renovate their warehouse to improve its more systematically to deal with the peak season, which expand the space to stock more and separate type of the raw material. The separate type have the two types of the raw material. The first one is steel and metal, and the other one is electrical equipment, and the other piece of equipment. For the small steel and the metal equipment, the company can store it by using the single lift shell. According to the single lift shell, it can store in the right place with the operation and employee, and easily to find the material when it is needed. Moreover, the long figure of the metal and steel pan is able to store. And moreover, the company should apply the WMS system to manage inventory in order to improve more accuracy in counting stock, such as number of equipment that used for each process, inventory counting, inventory report, and especially in order processing. In warehouse, they can block stacking because it's easy to bring out to use. And lastly, the company will apply RFID to check the quantity of electronic equipment they will use, and the company needs to store lots of raw material and equipment because its sales of projects are large. The next one is the inventory management. After receiving raw material from the supplier, the company stores the raw material in the warehouse to keep it protected. The worker could take our material required for the production by themselves, but has to write or note down how much of what they have and take out. Then the raw materials are used in the production of the boat or winches. And the reorder point system is a system the company uses should inventory reach a specific threshold. A company inventory management system can be programmed to tell manager to reorder that the product, and this can help the company to avoid running out of the product or tying up too much capital in the inventory. For next one is the order processing. For the first part is the customer. The the processing is the process to help company to meet the satisfaction of the customer and the flow of the process of the customer by using the technology for convenience and accuracy. First, we will receive the order from the customer by contacting to company and come to the company to make agreement about the information of the boat, such as the size or material, or make agreement with the price. And after that, the company will sign the contract with the customer and make the payment into the period. Next, the process of the producing the ship. The company should adapt the WMS system to manage the company warehouse. The company will have the foreman to check the quality in every process, and the company can invite the customer to check the quality control during the process to make more the satisfaction of the customer. For the shipment, the company will have planned the shipment for and route for the delivery, and before the delivery the finished good to the customer, the company will contact to the customer for the last checking of the product, and customer should bring the captain of the ship to learn all the system of the ship, such as the navigator or the control system of the ship. Moreover, the company will test the ship in the river for the checking the ship system and the speed. When the customer meet all they want, the company will deliver the ship to the customer, and the customer will pay the last payment to the company, and the company will concern about the after service such as repairing. But if the yard have the problem from this company, the company will fix it, and if some problem that not from the company, the supplier can contact from the company, and the company will provide the ship to take the yard to the factory and repair it from the customer, but the customer have to pay it for the company. Next one is a procurement. The company has main partner who supply the raw material regularly. It can easily find substitute raw material with other supplier if the main partner cannot provide the amount the company want. There are the 5 major requirements in order to maintain the quality standard of the product. The first one is light source. The company has good relationship with the supplier. Firm would not have to worry about what quality of goods they are expected to get. Thirdly, the supplier unknowns who are getting the result from is very important. The second one is light quantity. The quality of the raw material should meet the company KPI. For example, the mental quality should meet the company expectation. The third one is the light quantity. The part is the most important part, because if we purchase the wrong amount, we would have to bear the extra cost by ourselves. So ordering the right amount is very important since it reduces unnecessary cost. First one is the right price. This is one of the most important requirements, because cost of the raw material should not exceed the state budget. Over the budget would not meet the company plan. And the last one is right time. The purchase manager should take charge of all purchasing duty as well as setting the lead time of all the products. There would be enough raw material for the production if material are purchased at the right time. Okay, for the next one is the CIM. To begin with the design analysis, the company used the design analysis. The design has been implemented to differentiate the company customer into 10 different groups. The group of the customer are ranked from the highest to the lowest income generation. In addition, the rule of 80-70 must be applied to see whether 80% of income of the company is generated from the top 20% of the customer. And next one, the company use the customer by their needs. The company provides full service and after sale to maintain relationship with the customer and the company reputation. The company take care customers since they sign the contract and start the project. Quality control every step of production until it becomes the finished good and ready to deliver to the customer. The company also deliver to the customer pays with include in service, and after delivery the board, the company also have to maintain service if that product is have any problem occur. For the touch point According to the life cycle touchpoint of the business to business, there are the three steps: before, during, and the after. And there are the 7 steps which are need generation, initial consideration, engagement, evaluation, moment of purchase, and delivery and usage. The before step is there are the 2 steps which are need generation and initial consideration, and during need generation step, the customer who have experience with the company product should expand the word of mouth to the other customer, so the company would come up to be the first alternative of the customer mind. Moreover, initial consideration, company would contact customer directly from the Facebook and call center to providing the information about the shift or the price to buy. And for the dealing step, there are the 2 steps which are engagement and evaluation. For the engagement step, would build the first interaction between the company and the consumer by doing the face-to-face communication, talking with the information of the yard that consumer want and make a price agreement. And for the evaluation step, the company would observe from the customer complaint in order to enhance company about the product and the employee service. And the last step is the after. There are the 3 steps which are moment of purchase, delivery, and use list. To begin with moment of the purchase, the company would set the payment period to collect the money from the customer. And the second, the delivery company would call the customer to check the ship and test the system before transport to deliver. And the last one is the usage step. The company should follow the feedback of the customer in order to improve in the future. And the next one is the SRM. First of all, we must list all the suppliers that provide the raw material to the company in terms of spending and quantity by using the supplier spending list to classify them. And after that, we have to rank top 10 suppliers of the company, whether they are strategic suppliers, arm length, to classify who should build the relationship with or which supplier we can replace without affect our flow of the business. After that, we will classify the supplier in business requirement called the supplier segment criteria, regulatory required by the list of the supplier and difficulty and element and the current important and the future important. By using the score sheet to see each requirement that we need from each of the customer we rank. Again, this one is the part to identify the degree of the importance of the supplier toward the company. After that, we will put the supplier into the supplier-based intervention map like the following picture. And for the 5.5 is the quality management plan. The company always check the quality of the raw material such as a piece of nail, steel, metal to assemble ship until performance of label. Since they receive an order, the quality process will come up fairly. In order to reduce an error occur with shortage of the product, the company will stock raw material before receiving next order. The company will forecast demand of the raw material in advance cost, action plan, and production process. They have to calculate and manage stock properly in order to cope with the peak season. For the company should apply the PDCA or the plan to check it to meet the quality management. First, they have to plan every process since they receive an order until it's become finished good ready to delivery. And D for the do. After understanding everything, do what they determine strictly until it's be done, and C for the check. Check every process properly to find an error before continue to the next process. And the last one is A for the action. What action is what a labor get changed, so the process should be full and finishing neatly with the error almost to zero, and the company should apply the Kaizen to improve the quality management process and continue to get a higher quality in the future. And next one is the material management plan. The company learned from the past experience many years, so they learned that they have to stock raw material more than the order they receive because they have the warehouse to stock, and they need to fix some point of the error such as leak point, so they have to use the mental and still more than the amount they plan in the production process. So with this strategy, there is no shortage of the raw material. And the next one is the technology management plan. The new trend of the board industry that the company should apply is the aluminum board, that the company can develop the new innovation and expand this industry. And the company, the aluminum board is used for the passenger ship, which have the lightweight and lower cost and friendly with the environment. And there have many advantages with the company if the company produce the aluminum board for the new trend in the future. The first one is cost of the aluminum, because the aluminum board is lighter weight than the metal board, which means that the aluminum board can save the oil than the metal board, and the company can have more the profit because the cost of the aluminum board is cheaper than the metal. And the next one is the delivery. Since the aluminum board is lighter weight than the metal board, so the aluminum board will quickly delivery and management. And when the aluminum board have the problem, it use cheaper cost to take the board for the repairing. And the aluminum board is easy to take, convenient, and use less time for taking the board to the fix. And third one is the maintenance. The aluminum board, when exposed to air, a protective layer to prevent corrosion to form on the surface. This feature around the board aluminum that have a certain level of ability to repair itself. And the last one is the environment. The aluminum board is easy for the recycling and can be sold as money to get the benefit to themselves and to the environment. And the metal board cannot recycle. If the owner of the board does not want the board, the owner have to pay for the destroy or some pay for the rest of the boards. And the next one is engineering management plan. The time standard is an important component of the time and motion study. A time standard take into the account three factions. The first one is equify the workers, and second one is working at a normal pace, and the last one is doing a specific task. And for the time standard help in identify the following. The first one is performing cost reduction. Second one is evaluation new equipment purchase. Third one is creating budget, and fourth one is determining the number of manpower needed, and the last one is determining the cost of manufacturing and selling. Following the producer is conduct time and motion. For the first one is define and document the standard method. Next one is divide the task into work element. Third one is time to the work element to obtain the observed time for the task, and evaluate the worker pace relative to standard performance to determine the normal time. And the last one is apply an allowance to the normal time to complete the standard time. the relevant factor that needs in the work and then add to the computer standard time for the task. And for the human and labor relation plan, MAHACHAI Dockyard, starting with the interview about the profile data, which include the personality, nationality, experience, or even the work permit. MAHACHAI Dockyard prefer the people who have skill in its position requirement, work hard, and have intention to finish their path with their best. Before starting the job, MAHACHAI Dockyard will testing the worker in each process in 1 week to know the work, its position, and all the process. In terms of managing worker, MAHACHAI Dockyard will send the leader of each production to teach at the beginning of the manufacturing process. Start with how to prepare the safety suit before working. After that, they will tell the regulation of the company. Next step is focus on how to solve the problem if it occurs. They will brainstorming to find a possible situation together. If the method that have used cannot solve the problem or the getting lost in analysis main problem, they will start with finding the main problem again. For the environment plan, firstly, MAHACHAI Dockyard is located in the community and cow area. So the company should set up the operating hour for metal cutting machine because the cutting machine is create noise and it affects the surrounding. However, if there are overtime working occur, the cutting machine or any machine that can cause the noise cannot be operated during those hours. On the other hand, there is a painting process for the ship with using spray painting machine. When the workers spray the color on the ship, the dust from the spray will spread out to the nearby area within the community and the household. So according to the survey around the company and manufacturing sites, most of the workers were not wearing the proper uniform to work around the construction site, and the worker they will wear their normal t-shirt and jeans and also wearing the normal cap. This is not the right uniform to wear when the working in the construction site because it is very dangerous as things as fall down to their heads or they could step on the nail, which will hurt themselves, and if they get injured from this problem, so they will not be able to come to the work. That can affect the company productivity. And for the last one is MIS and ICT plan. For the management information system, we will suggest them to add information system in each process to improve their supply chain and help them work efficiently. In terms of the warehouse, MAHACHAI Dockyard should apply the WMS system to manage their warehouse. This system will help them to receiving and store the material. For example, all of the material from the supplier will have barcode which include the information amount of its raw material and type of the raw material. It will help the company easily to check and manage material. Furthermore, the WMS system will show the data of amount of the raw material that they reach to the warehouse in order to make the company know the space needs to store the raw material in the warehouse. And we also recommend the company to use some data storage systems such as Cloud or Google Drive and so on. It can help them collect and share the information with other departments in real time, and moreover, they can share the financial data, raw material data, number of storage in stock, checklist of the quality of supplier, and every data which they can know the data in real time because the information will update in the real time.
Next is the change management plan. Starting with the company, boosting employee productivity and job satisfaction through the efficient management. So the good management technique involve creating a supportive atmosphere where the employee have autonomy and are motivated to excel. And work with employee to identify area of growth and learn what part of the company they are most interested in by providing training and career development. Help employee develop a new skill which is an asset of your business and a way of showing that we care about employee future. So which in turn build loyalty. So moving to our management plan, we are implementing the idea of 5S, which is sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So start with the sort. Sort is help reduce time of looking for an item by reducing the number of items. So the next one is reduce the chance of distraction by unnecessary item. Simplify inspection, increase the amount of available and also the useful space. And lastly is to increase safety by eliminate obstacle. So set in order will help with make the workflow smoother and easier and also reduce the time wasting. Chai help with the keep the workplace safe and also easy to work in and keep to the workplace clean and pleasing to work in. Standardize help with develop work construction that will support the new practice and make it part of the daily routine. And also they ensure everyone know their responsibility of performing the sorting, organizing, and cleaning. And the review of the status of 5S implementation regularly using auto checklist. And also lastly, sustain. They help with to maintain the performance and also help with the implementation of 5S. The next part is the capability development plan. Currently the company has limited space, and around the company is very disadvantage for the company to get more order than they can handle. So with the reputation of the company, there are many customers who interested to order a chip and also to get the fixed chip with the company. But unfortunately, the company cannot handle many in one time. So as we are planning for them to expand their target market and increase their productivity, so the company should plan to expand their plan as well in order to have more potential and capability to produce the chip by investing in building a new construction site in the land next to the company. Moreover, the company can have more order in one time, which means that they need more material for those jobs too. So not only to develop the construction site, but the warehouse as well, because the old warehouse is very old and small. So, which cannot store much more of the material. And also increase the size of the warehouse is very necessary because it would help the company to have more space for storage. And also for the office building, the company should renovate the office building because of to increase the capability. This is because the old office is very unorganized and only one room for the CEO, and the other employee have to working in front of the CEO room. So the company should separate the room for each employee so they can have more space to keep their own document. Moreover, the company should set the guest room for the customer who come for negotiate or talking about the business. อะไรเดี๋ยวกูตัดเอาไม่เป็นไร
จะได้ไม่ต้องมาหาไงว่าตัดตรงไหน
ไม่เป็นไรเพราะกูต้องฟังอยู่แล้วไง
โอเคกูฟังกูแล้วไม่มีปัญหา
The next is
4 นาทีแล้ว
The next is the system development plan. The company should focusing on improving and developing the operating system and machine system. In the past, during the working hour, the company record the data in the book by handwriting, and the secretary will record what has been wrote down in the book to the computer in order to share the data with the director or manager. So if the company develop the system for data recording, and all data will automatically available for the whole company to access via online system. Moreover, the company has to develop online service such as electronic funds transfers when the customer pay a transaction to each period, and also the online transaction processing, electronic data interchange, inventory management system that can check from device, because currently they are using paper document to record the transaction and the number of material from the warehouse. So using WMS system will be including to develop to the company document to record the transaction and also the number of raw material from warehouse. Furthermore, for the machine system, the company has to invest a new machine system such as buy the high technology machine in the future to improve the quality and also the collection of the data from the machine on every defect to fix the problem and error. Buy more machine to support every labor to use, which can improve the capacity and also capability to produce the product and assemble a chip. For the structure plan, currently the company start as a family business and apply to use top-down management strategy, which there is only one director who can make a decision for the company and give the information down to the bottom level of the organization. However, to increase the company efficiency and effectiveness, the company should apply functional structure, which director give the empowerment to the foreman to control and operate a job in each process of a project. Then the foreman can carry the information to report back to the director after the end of the day. So the advantage of the functional structure is the company can handle many jobs in one time. Like for example, if the company has at least 3 foremen, then the company can handle at least 3 jobs in one time, because the director do not have to worry about the operating and controlling all the workers by themselves. Just only wait for the foreman at the end of the day to report back how the work is going and how the issue error need to be fixed. Moreover, foreman can make the small decision which not need the required of the director approve. The leadership plan, the MAHACHAI Dockyards is trying to create a good relationship with all the workers and employees, because the company wants to make them participate and motivate to work with the company and do work efficiently as leadership style. Furthermore, the company will not use power from top manager to force them to do anything, because the company do not want employees to feel pressure and uncomfortable at workplace and feel bad for their top manager with some condition. Even though the company has to expand their market and they have to hire more employees, so the company should maintain their leadership style as they always did in the past. However, when there are many people working with the company, then they should try to be rely on the democracy style of leadership, because the participative style aims to build consensus of and commitment to the group. Perhaps more effective with more experienced employees to democratic style can contribute to high moral, and also they can feel that everyone had a stake in business process. And for the people and cultural development plan, the company separate employee into 2 sections. The first section is the worker who in the office, such as the accounting, warehousing, or the documentary. In the other hand, the second section is some workers who are expat and some are Thai who work in the manufacturing section. Even though they are the expat, but they can speak Thai, which can communicate with the director and the foreman, and also to be controlled by the foreman who receive an order from the director directly. So the worker in the manufacturing section can communicate and understand the kind of the work, and also they know which tools they have to use in which process of the production. For transfer the information to employees between 2 sections to ensure that the employee feel valued, supported, and also care for make them willing to work with. Every position is equal. They pay attention to effort and outside the book thinking. They reward initiatively and with development. Moreover, before they reach a new labor, they have to interview with the foreman first in order to screen and skimming the people who is not ever make something illegal. Lastly, there is a room for foreman and some labor to rest on the top of the office. Being said that the company is mostly treat employee equally and treat them like their own family. Talking about the alliance plan, MAHACHAI Dockyard Company has no marketing movement and relationship with other company at all. In probability, a good idea for MAHACHAI Dockyard to partner with some company in order to gain more profit and cooperate together to achieve the goal and future than that. Is it to gain competitive advantage? The alliance can be either informal relationship, contractual relationship, or joint venture. We should suggest a MAHACHAI Dockyard Company to have an alliance plan, but with the informal or contractual relationship to gain more profit and make relationship with interior company, which design and build in furniture in the ship. In addition, if we build relationship with the certain level of trust, we can have the contractual relationship, but the regulation and the rule must be agreed in both parties, and none of each party will not take each of advantage. But the goal is to build a tight relationship to have competitive advantage and maximize each other profits. They should align in terms of share the benefit together in terms of free electricity and also location expense, because recently when the interior come to work for the interior designing in the MAHACHAI company area, the company have to charge them an extra about the electricity and also the space rent. So if we have the alliance plan, then all those will be for free. So this can help MAHACHAI Dockyard to gain more competitive advantage from the computer, because will come up with the one-stop service for customer as well. Talking about the control and evaluation plan, according to a survey from the company, there are 4 main KPI that they use to measure the performance of the whole company, which including financial, product, customer, and internal. However, when the company are doing the control and evaluation by KPI annually, but we suggest that they should have a semi-annually KPI in order to check the company performance twice a year, which would help company notice and active on their operation quicker. Also, KPI can be measured and get the result by quality and quantity of work, production process, employee performance, and also the lead time. For the first one is the financial KPI. The company had 4 key performance indicators, which are profitability, organizational growth, organizational liquidity, and also cost. In terms of cost, the company want to know the operation cost in each year and see the amount of cost they will spend. And the company try to measure the cost effectiveness and also find the best way to reduce and manage all the costs that not necessary. Also, the company want to know the return on investment, percent change in growth rate, and also profit margin in order better understand how successful our organization is at generating a high return. For the product KPI, the company only have one to measure with the quality of the product, to maintain the quality and improve it as well as to maintain and also meet the customer satisfaction. For the customer KPI, the company wants to control on customer service and use it to evaluate for the customer service performance whether should improve it or not, because the company already provided after sales service for the customer. Lastly, for the internal KPI, there are key performance indicators with our productivities, inventory management, and labor capabilities. The employee have attitude and motivate to work, then they will help company increase the productivity as well, and then the productivity will increase. The lead time for producing each product to finish before the deadline, then they can start a new job again, which will be effective for the company and can create the company competitive advantage. For the financial budget plan, this is the financial plan for 5 years after this that we have estimate for them. So as you can see, the net profit and loss are no more negative as before, because in 2016 and 2015 the company are negative on net profit and loss as well. So, and also the revenue is increasing every year based on our revenue that can increase by we can produce more chip. And also the total assets is not quite remain the same, but not very different from the 3 years before this.
For the conclusion or the executive summary, shipbuilding industry in Thailand has developed and advanced as much as other countries in Asia because of the abundance of wood and steel suitable for building ships. At present, there are approximately 260 businesses operators running shippings and repairing dockyards. These dockyards are located along major rivers in Thailand, for example, Chao Phraya River, Tajin River, and also the Gulf of Thailand, along with the Andaman coasts. In terms of shipbuildings and repairing capabilities, Thai dockyard can be categorized into 3 groups: small, medium, and large dockyards. Most of the shipbuilding, repairing companies, they provide services mainly on local demands. However, even the companies suitable in Thailand is unstable. Even the economic situation in Thailand is unstable. The company is still trying to find a way to stay in the market and earn the expected revenue every year. They are improving and developing the operation, manufacturing, inventory, and also customer services to maintain the customer relationship and build the customer loyalty with the company, and also to maintain their good reputation. In honor of writing this report, we are only giving the suggestion plan to the company in terms of the problem they have faced and the situation or action plan to get through the situations. Thank you.